Hello everyone, Robert Rambles here, and welcome back to World of Warcraft Dragonflight and our Dwarf Shaman leveling campaign. We are back in Duskwood today, level 57. Today could be the day that we hit level 60, it's going to be pretty close. And I have made a few changes to our talents, so if you're someone who's interested in that side of things, last time we were focused more over here, and I've actually just kind of gone a different route with it. We have Primordial Wave now. Blast your target with a Primordial Wave, dealing 547 shadow damage, and apply Flame Shock to an enemy, or heal an ally. And then your next Lightning Bolt will also hit all targets affected by your Flame Shock for 150% normal damage. So, to me that says that we're going to want to have Lightning Bolt probably out on our bar to, you know, possibly take advantage of that. I haven't been doing a lot of chain lightning. Let's just replace it. And yeah, we'll mess around with this build and see how it goes. I haven't really done any research on, you know, the ideal build.
Good day to
Probably
you.
look into that sometime later today.
Have a good one. Safe travels.
A few weeks ago, I was picking herbs far from my house and a band of ogres attacked me. I ran and I was forced to leave behind a crate of precious tools and herbs. After they chased me off, the ogres swaggered back to the Ogre Mound in southern Duskwood. I'm sure my crate is somewhere near the mound.
See you around.
Okay. Nothing else sending us over that way at the moment. Let's head down to Roland's Doom, and we're going to look for the muddy journal pages. Pretty common that the first thing that attacks us dismounts us. I'm never surprised when it happens. I feel like we build up Maelstrom a lot more slowly on this build. Like, we haven't been able to toss out a free heal yet, or really anything. Okay. Yeah, as you can see, I took the whole Frost Shock out of the rotation. We don't even have it. So that was down this side, where we went into Ice Strike. Alright, there we go. There are the muddy journal pages. Now, can we look at that? Although the pages are covered in mud, some words can be read. Let's see. It's only 2 pages. Most certain that she shares the same feelings for me now. She even placed her hand on mine this morning. When she smiles, her eyes light up like glittering diamonds. Unspoken words pass between us. I can feel her in my pounding heart and heated veins. Okay. ... Anger and fury, the likes of which I never knew existed. How dare she? As I was instructing Giles in the meaning of numbers, Tiloa appears before me with a suitor, holding hands in public nonetheless. What an uncouth young man. Rather than introduce me properly, Tiloa simply said, "Oh, that's my tutor, Uncle Stalvin. He's a nice old man." Old. At that word, my cheeks flushed with heat. I am but a few years older, and yet she betrays ... Stalvin was not very happy. Probably a little... more than a little misguided, probably, too. Okay, what next? Probably be good just to go back and get this one turned in. See what it chains into next.
How are you? See you later.
You actually went and got it? I don't know whether to call you brave or insane, but once again, my archives thank you.
Have a good one.
You've recovered everything except the last page, which I've got right here. Don't look at me like that. You'll understand when you read it. Some even say it's cursed, you know. In fact, I was relieved when the Worgen broke in and made off with these. Take it. Take all of it, in fact. I thank you for recovering my archives, but I don't want anything to do with this ever again. Please, just leave me be.
See you later.
Alright, let's have a look. That is, that's quite a lot of reading. Let's see. To the Honorable Headmaster Krillian, my former master, I write to you so that you might know what your apprentice has been doing of late. Paying heed to your advice, I sought to build my knowledge and wisdom through travel outside the gates of our beloved Stormwind. My journey took me to many places, but I have decided to take up residence here in the lovely town of Moonbrook. The surrounding fields of Westfall are most beautiful as the harvest approaches. Alright, let's mount up. And we'll head over this way.
Hello.
Within just a few days of my visit, I found myself tutoring the local children from the nearby farmlands. The lessons went so well that the town mayor commissioned me to run a school, and construction has begun on a brand new schoolhouse. From Silverpine to Stormwind, and now Moonbrook. Who would have guessed I would see so much of Azeroth? Warm regards, Stelvin Mistmantle. Dear noble sir, word of your need of a tutor for your children has traveled to me here in Goldshire, where I take up temporary residence at the Lion's Pride Inn. Due to the unfortunate state of events in the region, I was forced to abandon my post as headmaster of the Moonbrook Schoolhouse. Please accept my application to serve as tutor for your offspring. Headmaster Krillian of the Academy can speak to you of my abilities if necessary. I shall travel to meet you in person when the winter rains subside and the roads are suitable for travel once again. Until then, Stalvin Mistmantle of Silverpine. Giles, the boy, seems a bit rambunctious and will be a challenge to educate. However, the elder daughter, Tiloa, seems exceptionally smart. I couldn't help but notice her captivating beauty as well. She is on the cusp of womanhood now. Supposedly the Lord has arranged her marriage for next year. But I digress. This week, I will accompany the family to the summer cottage near the Eastvale logging camp in Elwyn, close to the Red Ridge Mountains. I hope to write more while there. Most strange and uncontrollable feeling. Never have I felt the way I did today. Whilst assisting Giles with his history lesson, Tiloa was outside, tending to the flower garden. After a few minutes, she came inside and placed a scarlet begonia in my open palm and smiled at me in such a way that my heart felt as though it was trembling in my chest. Most certain that she shares the same feelings for me now. She even placed her hand on mine this morning. And then anger and fury. So this was the last part that we read. What happens after this? Downward spiral of despair. First she mocks me and now she's engaged. The ungracious charlatan was pretending to love when truly she desired to hurt me all along. A black void lurks within me now and it grows with each waking moment. The blood I shall spill pales in comparison to the tears I have shed. This guy flipped really hard. In a really bad way.
What can I do for you?
Alright, we're back. Yeah, we found out a lot about your brother, buddy.
Keep your chin up, eh?
I can't thank you enough. I had hoped for this to be a joyous reunion, but the more I learn, the less glad I am to have asked.
Good day.
So he reads it. This can't be. My brother was strong-willed, but such vileness, such sickness and violent, bloody evil. Tobias brings a hand to his face, averting his gaze. I must have answers. I need to know how I got that letter. I need to know if Stalvin really did this. I need to know why. Take my ring, bring it to Madame Eva. That woman is a follower of old arts and makes no secret of it. Call it madness, but I'll try anything at this point.
Farewell.
Okay.
Need help?
What dark whispers guide you to my door, Shaman?
Safe travels.
How interesting. It's been quite a while since I've seen such a thing.
Farewell.
I'm afraid I cannot give Tobias the answers he seeks, but I can help you find the only person who can. Stalvin Mistmantle. Take the ring into the woods to the north to the manor Mistmantle where Stalvin's body was buried. Enter and hold the ring before you. Let the waning moon pour its light through the ring, and the spirits will answer your call. Take heed, the questions of the living can offer more comfort than the answers of the dead.
Light bless you.
Alright, it's just a peaceful walk in the rain up the hill here, and around the bend. It doesn't look like we can shortcut anywhere. Okay, let's click on the ring. My ring. Who holds my family ring? Taloa, is that you, brother? Tobias. Tell me it's not true, brother. Tell me you didn't die a murderer. It's all true, brother. Every word. You doubted it? But why? How could you? You know why. Surely you felt anger. Anger so foul and vicious that it makes you want to tear someone to shreds. Aren't you feeling that right now? And he morbed out. The classic battle of undead versus Worgen. Something weird happening there with our Storm Strike. That was a little strange. Never quite seen anything like that before. We could probably cleanse this off of ourselves. Maybe. Maybe not. What's going on with the Dark Riders here? What's going on with this?
I got a bad feeling.
Master Harris may have been right. I would have been better to leave the past behind. I've got a new life now. Whether it's that of a monster or a man is up to me. As for you, I cannot thank you enough for your assistance, regardless of the outcome. Please take this. We will take the wrist.
That's enough gabbing for me today.
I've been trying to keep my true self hidden away from the people of Darkshire. They seem to react poorly to Worgen. There are more of us here, though, beyond the city. The companions I first traveled here with searched the woods for wild Worgen. They believe some of them, ones with telltale signs, can still be returned to sanity. I'm not quite ready to join them. Please send word to Apprentice Fess at the crossroads west of town that I'll be staying in Darkshire a while longer.
Long live Greymane.
Alright, so that's going to be a breadcrumb out that way. And it takes us out to where we're going to get Abercrombie's crate. So that's good too. And we did hit level 58. So I could spend a point somewhere here. I really haven't been using totems, and I've tried to avoid most things that involve totems. Which does not leave a lot. And I wonder, are totems back? Are we supposed to be laying down totems every fight? Is it only that we want to lay totems down in hard fights or as cooldowns? Those of you who are a little bit more familiar with the Shaman than me, I would love to hear your thoughts about totems and how and when and which ones are used. Oops, that was a misclick. Because I don't know. I don't know anything about totems in retail. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure Wind Fury Totem summons a totem. 20% chance when they main hand auto attack to swing an extra time. That seems really good with as much as we must swing. So, and that's not on any kind of like cooldown. So yeah, it's got me wondering, obviously, if this is something we should be throwing down all the time. But most of our fights are over pretty quick. Which is what makes me think maybe it's like a boss thing. But I'd love to hear from you guys.
Any friend of Greymane is a friend of mine.
Tobias is staying in town still? Master Harris warned him not to pursue his brother's fate. We all lead new lives now, after all. But the past is hard to let go of.
Let the light of the new moon guide you. We
Deadly
are bound
Vine.
by a common enemy.
I need large amounts of corpse weed for Master Harris's concoction. It's difficult to obtain, but we can't let our supply dwindle. Corpse weed is tough to tangle with. The plant will get you before you get it, if you're not careful. But if you'd like to help out, I'll eagerly pay you to gather for any you gather. Okay.
You wouldn't want to see me when I'm angry.
The Jorgen Worgen. My kinsmen at Raven Hill are concerned with curing the feral Worgen in these forests. The condition itself cannot be lifted, but sanity can be restored to those not too far gone. While most here have proven beyond help, we keep a keen eye out for those that retain vestiges of their minds, attachments to their old lives. I've seen a lone Worgen lurking at the Jorgen farmstead, digging in a pile of dirt between the buildings. Could you check on that pile and see if he's left anything?
Watch your back.
Cool. Okay. Let's keep going. We didn't grab one. From, Watcher Dodds here.
Need help?
Hail, Shaman. Care to lend a hand to the people of Darkshire? Always. There's a huge ogre mound just down the hill there. The Splinterfist ogres usually keep to themselves, but they've got a bad habit of attacking travelers. Just the other day I saw one drag off a poor man's horse for food. He was lucky it left him behind. The Night Watch wants to only risk its few members in the defense of the more immediate threats, me included. But if you kill some of those ogres for me, I'll pay you for the deed.
Light bless you.
Let's go... What do we want to do first? Let's do the mound of dirt and the corpse weed first. It's right here next to us. Oh, we have to fight the corpse weed. Interesting. That's why it's tough to tangle with. I see, I get it now. Yeah, something with our generation of our procs here is like not where it was previously, and I'm not sure why. I'm gonna have to look up a build for enhancement and do a little bit of research on which abilities we should or shouldn't be using, obviously. It might be a little bit too complicated for me just to wing it with no real experience with the class. But yeah, we're like not generating anything. It's really weird. So yeah, another respec is is incoming. We're doing okay damage, I feel like. Like, I don't really have a problem with our damage, I don't think. But we're just not getting many procs compared to what we were. I'm questioning the usefulness of abilities like Thunderstorm. Like, do I need to work this into my rotation? I mean, it's only doing 116 nature damage. I have it spec'd as an upward knockback and not a, not like an actual pushback, but maybe that's more of like an interrupt. Maybe that's more of an interrupt, I don't know. Oh boy, we got jumped. Not sure what happened. He stopped us from getting whatever the item was, and then he ran off.
Ain't you a chipper-looking one? Long live Greymane.
We will take the axe.
Farewell. Keep your chin up, eh?
Master Harris will want to know this immediately. Here, take this package of corpse weed down the road to the camp at Raven Hill.
Watch your back.
We will do that. Let's go ahead and equip this. And we need to vendor. There will be vendors down the road, I bet. Our inventory is absolutely atrocious right now. I kind of want to come down here and get the item for Abercrombie, though. So, might just have to toss some junk on the ground here, unfortunately. Not ideal. But it is what we're going to do. I need to get better at keeping Earth Shield up. That's what I need to do. Maybe I need to, like, do this. There we go. Let's put Earth Shield down here on our main bar. That way I'll think about refreshing it sometimes. let's not forget to grab the crate. And then I think we're going into the ogre mound here to get the monocle. Alright, now we're just looking to fight about 8 more of them. And 9 more actually, because I can math really well. Wonder if we could like take multiples, like how that feels to fight 2 guys at a time. Keeping Earth Shield up makes a really huge difference in keeping our health through combat. And not having to actually rely on those heals as much as we were. We were like very reliant on the heals, like actually healing us up. And yeah, with Earth Shield, not so much. Alright, we'll run back and we'll turn this one in before we head down to the other camp. feel like we're gonna get dismounted, but maybe we'll be okay. Yeah, we're fine. They're pretty slow. And they should leash.
Light be with you.
I saw you drop a few of them from here. Nice work. Here's your reward on behalf of the Night Watch.
For the Alliance.
That's it for Watcher Dodds. On down the road we go. Let's make sure we grab the flight point right away.
What can I do for you? You wouldn't want to see me when I'm angry.
Soothing spirits, this tragic land with a history of violence and despair, while many of the dead roam in the flesh, some are simply lost souls wandering in confusion. They deserve to be put at ease. Many of these souls gather at the Adelstead to the south, appearing before travelers. Take the censer of holy incense. Sway it before the forlorn spirits, and let the offerings of its gentle scent give them peace.
Let the light of the new moon guide you.
And rebels without a clue. Several years ago, Stormwind's Captain Curzon brought a brigade into Stranglethorn Vale on a mission whose details are still murky. Curzon swiftly descended into madness, as did his men. Except for a few rebels who made it their mission to undo the evils that Curzon had wrought. As I said, that was years ago. I'm now hearing rumors that Curzon is dead, but those rebels still persist their rebellion. If you wish to investigate, you'll find them at a camp on Stranglethorn's northern border. Okay, rebels without a clue.
Farewell.
Perfect. They don't know that the fight is over. Nobody told them. Welcome to our humble camp. I wouldn't call it pleasant, but it's at least somewhat private. Beg your pardon? A worgen at the farm? What we do here is not a cure. The transformation cannot be removed once inflicted, but the mind. The mind can be restored through alchemy, if enough is left intact. This worgen you've encountered sounds like he's fighting to stay aware. You've got to find him again. If he's fled the Jorgenstead, search the Adelstead to the south. He may be lurking in one of the buildings. Inject him with this. To tranquilize him, you'll need to be quite close.
Hello.
And jitters. Master Harris requires many reagents for his serums. He has me gather them for him. I mean, the corpse read is pretty bad, but it's not as bad as the widow venom. Have you seen the widows around here? The hatchlings are the size of a man. Even with a gun, I can't stand to go out hunting them. It's just too terrifying. If you'll do it for me, I'll gladly pay you.
See you around.
Sure, jitters. Sure. Here's our chance to basically sell every single thing in our inventory. So let's go ahead and do that. Do I want that cloak? No. That's better by like 1 point? 2 points? It's a little bit better. I really need like a sell all junk button. Just to immediately sell all my junk. pretty sure we might have sold a trinket that we could be using. Pretty sure that happened. That was not what I wanted. And at long last, we can sell the dice trinkets. It's been a good run, but I feel like it's probably time. Okay. That's much better.
Watch your back.
Let's go over here to the east and get the venom sacks first. But we'll always prioritize the sacks. That's all I'm saying. And Jitters is our old buddy, so we want to do his quest first. Somebody asked me if this was like an empty server, or what kind of server the population was, because we never see any other players. Like we saw a player over there just now. That's why I think about this. No, this is Storm Rage, which is a North America server that's like pretty big, heavily Alliance, like basically all Alliance from what I know. The reason why you don't often see other players, and you'll see that like you do sometimes see other players, but there are probably a couple of reasons why when you're leveling in retail you don't see other players. And the biggest reason is that there are so many different places you can level. You know, you can level in any zone in the game basically at any level that you want. Especially with all the time walking campaigns you can do. But yeah, even if you were just talking about being stuck on the old world on Azeroth, you can, since the level scaling exists, you can level anywhere you want. Kind of like what we're doing. Where we're in Duskwood, but we're level 58, right? So that really cuts down on the chance that you're going to see other players leveling up. With all the expansion content, you know, there are people probably leveling up in Warlords of Draenor, leveling up in Legion content, leveling up in any of the expansions. And that's a huge reason why, like, yeah, it's not like in Classic where if you're on a busy server, you're always going to see people running around leveling characters up, because, you know, you're all kind of going through the same tunnel. There's a leveling progression, which is dictated by the level of the quest in the zone. But when you have level scaling, that funnel or tunnel ceases to exist, and you just go do whatever you want, wherever you want. And yeah, see, we see other players occasionally. But yeah, just think of the scope of all the content that people can level up in. And it goes a long way towards explaining why even on a really big server, you don't always see lots of people leveling in the zones that you're leveling in. This is probably a more popular one, right? It's because it's nostalgic and the quests are all close together, so, you know, it's relatively efficient to quest in these old world zones. You don't have to get distracted by, like, cutscenes or dialogue or anything like that. You just kinda do the questing, right? It's weird to me that they have to disappear and then reappear before we loot them. I'm not really sure exactly why that's happening or what it means. It's a little bit weird. Because they're not in stealth to begin with, so that's the weird thing about it.
Need something? Safe travels. Have a good one.
Bear in mind, I'm afraid that, well, I'm just plain afraid, but I'm also sorry that I have to ask you another favor. Master Harris needs brains. Bear brains. They're part of the serum, apparently, or at least a proper substitute. There's plenty of black bears in the woods to the west and along the riverbank, but I can't do it. I'm too terrified to go out there and face those huge things, even with a rifle. Please, let me pay you to bring some back.
See you around.
What are you gonna do when we're not around, Jitters? How are you gonna work for this guy? You need to find, like, more suitable employment, my man. So we can soothe the spirits, we can capture the lurking worgen, and do the black bears all kind of in a little area here. Let's do that. We'll do a little loop. Well, someone else has been through here, safe to say. Not all of these bears have brains, it turns out. I wonder if we're going to tick some of these off or they're going to attack us. Yeah, I'm gonna stick to the non-aggressive ones, I think. Let's see, does it work on the anguished ones? No, it says forlorn spirits soothed, so... we might have to clear some to get to the ones that we need. There he is. Let's not kill him. Oh, we can't do that yet. So maybe we have to get him low. Haven't really been using our elemental. We haven't really been using our dogs at all. I don't want to accidentally kill him. There we go. Captured him. And then back to the bears. Do we... Oh, okay, I wasn't seeing the cooldown up here, so I got confused and thought for some reason that we just had him out forever. That would be a bit weird to suddenly be a pet class. Like, doing that with... Oh, God.
But we need you back in the present.
Ha! Funny. Okay, we gotta do a reload here. Lua errors. New adventures await you. I refuse. We hit level 59, guys. We're getting close. Yeah, man, Earth Shield. Earth Shield for the win. Earth Shield healing us is so great. Feels so much better than when we were relying on spamming Healing Surge at ourselves. This feels good. Now, if only I can figure out my spec, I think this is going to feel like... It's going to feel amazing to play. Once we nail the spec down and get the rotation figured out, it's going to be really, really great. Earth Shield was a game changer for me for how the class felt and how strong or weak it felt. Obviously something that I probably could have been using for a long time. See, the confusing thing is we have this talented, so we have 2 charges of it. But since as enhancement I never want to be casting something, and since we're not getting a lot of procs built up, we're only ever using the 1 charge of it. So yeah, I really need to take a look at the spec and make sure that we are building as much Maelstrom weapon as we can. Because it seems pretty critical. I didn't mind having the 2 ice abilities, but it becomes so many buttons to have to hit. If that's the optimal way to play, I'll go with it and play with it, but it's a lot of buttons to hit. That being said, there are those weird times when we really don't have anything we should be pushing. And so obviously having something for times like that would be good. Alright, that's 8 out of 8. Let's go get everything turned in. I'm hopeful, but let's remain professional. It's business as usual for this one. Into the guillotine he goes, and if the alchemy doesn't take, he won't be getting back out. Jitters and I will attend to this. Please just stand back and watch from a safe distance. Okay, here he is. It's working. Hold him still. Jitters can't do it. Guy is mad. He seems mad at Jitters. I remember now, it's all your fault. Is this Sven? You brought the Worgen to Duskwood. You led the Dark Riders to my farm and hid while they murdered my family. Every speck of suffering in my life is your fault. I should kill you. Letting him go is the only thing that's going to separate you from the beast. You've got a lot to make up for, Jitters. I won't give you the easy way out. Okay, well that was resolved super quickly. Yeah, this is Sven. Success, finally. I can't thank you enough for giving me the chance to work the cure myself. Our new friend may be in need of some help as well. You might want to speak with him. Got a blue upgrade there. Take it. The fate of Morbin Fell. Before I was lost to the woods, the last thing I remember is Morbin Fell. Oops. Well, let's try that again. He was a vile necromancer, and the reason this land swarms with so many vile undead. I asked an adventurer to help me put an end to him. I thought they did it, but Sister Ellington tells me the land still crawls with ghouls and specters ripped from the grave. Morbin Fell should have breathed his last in the house on Forlorn Road, north of Ravenhill Cemetery. Go there and see what's become of him. Okay.
What can I do for you? Safe travels. See you later.
What's your story? We are bound by a common enemy. Good day.
Oops. Cries of the dead. Can you hear them? There's so many of them. They wander their graves, shuffling across the cold ground on rotting limbs. The dead cry out in the still air. They suffer in their own flesh, forced to sleep. Every night I venture out into the graveyard and put more of them to rest, but it's never enough. Help me, put the ghouls that swarm Ravenhill Cemetery out of their misery. Strike down as many as you can. Yeah, that sounds really good. Let's go do that, and then we'll check out what's going on with Morbin Fell also. I think we can knock out the rest of our leveling here, guys. Pretty sure we could do it. Maybe we pull like a few of these guys together, and then we do this, and we do this. Give him one of these. I'm sure standing in the poison is pretty helpful. Yep. And yeah, the thing to remember is that not all these guys are actually ghouls. Alright, let's fight our way into the house. I'm thinking maybe there will be ghouls inside. Oh, there's also a quest to pick up back here. Let's definitely grab that. A weathered grave. The weathered grave marker reads simply Morgan Lattimore. Upon further examination, you notice the dirt over the grave has been recently disturbed and that a good amount of the dirt seems to have been displaced. Okay, I guess maybe the place is going to be empty. Here is a blood-soaked hat, the remains of Morbid Fell. Alright, so we have 2 to turn in the camp, and then we actually have a few things that need to go all the way back over to Darkshire. Not sure if we're going to get the level. I haven't been paying too close attention to how much of our bar we get per quest, so we'll have a little look here. Leveling is still really, really quick, even without any of the experience buffs that we've previously had. Thanks to the numbers rework that they did in the Phase 2 of the pre-patch.
I got a bad feeling.
Makes sense.
That's enough gabbing for me today.
The others here share my suspicion. Morbidfell lives on in undeath and may be even more powerful than before. A necromancer was struck down, but a lich may have risen in his place. And now he continues to ruin this land. I remember Duskwood before all this. I remember bright skies and peaceful woods. This can't stand. Morbidfell must be stopped for good. How cool would it be if we had phasing to a point where like you could do this in Cataclysm, restore the forest, and then it becomes Brightwood again? Instead of like the whole skybox changes, like it's like beautiful lighting, and that would be pretty amazing to be able to turn it from Duskwood to Brightwood. It's heartening to see one so recently recovered be so concerned with the plight of others. Sven spares himself suffering by not dwelling on his own misfortune.
Keep your chin up, eh?
Sven is correct. I can feel the presence of a powerful evil deep beneath Ravenhill Cemetery. Evil lurks in its catacombs, and Morbidfell must be the source. You will need the power of the light to strike him down. Sven told me the heroes who first slew Morbidfell wielded an artifact of light-forged iron imbued with holy power. That artifact is still here. I can feel it as well, a glimmer of light amidst the darkness. Search Ravenhill for it, and let the light guide you to it.
Long live Greymane.
Okay, well, I think we're gonna go back and turn the quest in back in town. Let's hearth it. Because, yeah, that got us quite a chunk of the level, and I have a feeling that we could potentially get the other chunk by turning in these quests.
What can I do for you? Be careful. Go with honor, friend.
Alright, let's do the other 2. These might just be little breadcrumb style quests. Morgan Lattimore never heard... Oh, you mean Mor Ladim. I guess you haven't heard the story. I'll give you the short version. A powerful undead calling itself Mor Ladim has been wandering Duskwood. From what we've gathered, it appears to be the undead body of Morgan Lattimore, of whom you apparently know. He's been causing all sorts of problems, attacking watchmen on patrol and killing people.
Farewell.
Fair enough.
Safe travels.
Okay, out to Abercrombie. We might still have a little bit to do here. We'll see. We did get the monocle for this guy also.
Greetings, for the Alliance. Light bless you.
That ring upgraded to a rare.
Hey there. Safe travels. Have a good one.
We are incredibly close. If we do this last quest here for Abercrombie, we're going to get it. So let's go do this. That'll get us to Cap. And yeah, I don't know, guys. I'm really liking the Shaman a lot. I've been really torn recently between who I want to take into Dragonflight, whether it's going to be the Paladin or the Shaman. I don't know. I love the Paladin. That's why I want to play it. That being said, I've played a Paladin for a long time. And that is part of why I would love to play the Shaman. I just need to do some research on the spec and rotation, and I think what I'll do is I will go do some of the invasion event stuff and do the pre-patch questing on this character, and probably on the paladin as well, to just kind of get a feel for it, but especially on this character, just finding the spec that we need, and then learning that rotation. And that's going to help me decide if it's going to be, like, you know, the class that I actually would like to run around in for hundreds of hours in Dragonflight. I'd really love to be able to do leatherworking and skinning in the new profession system. The prospect of doing that is really exciting, which the Shaman could definitely do, and it would make perfect sense. We might ding just from kill experience here. We might not even get to complete this quest. What we do need is we need enemies to fight. Oh, that's Stalvin. We don't need Stalvin. We need fetid corpses. It does. It does need us to protect it, and it needs us to reload our UI for the second time today. Alright guys, yeah, that's it. That's level 60. That's the end of our leveling journey here for now. I am gonna do some of the elemental invasion stuff. Not sure if I'll record that, or if it's just something that I'll do in my downtime. I don't know if it's like interesting content to watch. But I'm definitely going to do some research on the Shaman. Make sure that we are running with a good spec, and that everything is tucked away when it comes to that. And yeah, maybe we'll see this character again in Dragonflight. Who knows? It's definitely possible. We don't have a, oh yeah, we have the Ironforge. Flight point is really all I can really do right now to. Chromie's just trying to get us to do stuff now. Oh, she's done with us and our shenanigans. She doesn't want us in this time walking anymore. Yeah, she wants us out. Welcome back to the present. There's a lot you have to do. It's like, yeah, don't hang out there anymore. That's actually what I wanted. I wanted to get back to Stormwind, so I am okay with her teleporting us in this case. Yeah, that actually works out perfectly. I will be doing all the intro stuff and checking out the invasions. I feel like there's always an invasion in the Badlands. Alright guys, thank you so much for being here. It's been a lot of fun. I really do appreciate all of the support on this series. It does mean the world to me. As always, take care of yourselves out there and take care of each other. And we will see you back here again sometime very soon. Bye for now.